those videos, I wanted to share that with you. I took a clip of that because that was back and during the holidays. So that was towards the end of the semester at my work. And there were sandwiches that were purchased and brought for the students. It was for some event that I wasn't part of, but they needed me to toss these sandwiches because they were bad. They were already starting to mold and everything. And so when I saw that and I thought, okay, we've got meat in here and we've got dairy. This is processed foods, of course, okay? But we got meat and dairy in there, okay? And then, of course, if there's mayonnaise on there, that's more animal products. So we look at knowing what you know about what happens behind the scenes at slaughterhouses and just even on animal farms and stuff, just the act of killing an animal and everything, taking it from its mother and stuff like that. Just knowing that if you have dived into that part of health, you understand that it's very traumatic. And so it made me think of all these other events that happen around the world, okay, where there's animal products involved and all those animal products that are not consumed and they're just thrown away. So now we think of, okay, look at all those animals, the trauma the animal had to endure, everything that the animal went through up until its death, okay, to provide people with this sandwich, with this cheese, okay, and to have it just thrown away, just to have it mold, rot, and then thrown away, or to just not be eaten and then just thrown away. There were jugs of milk, like gallons of milk that I saw as well that were only a fourth drank. There was only a fourth of it that was drank, and the rest of it spoiled and went to the trash. So I saw that and I was like, okay, knowing what happens in the dairy industry and everything to these animals, to the cows, just to get the milk, which the milk is intended for the calf, not for humans, okay? And just to have it get thrown away like that, to rot and get thrown away like that, to know what happens behind this, that makes you very angry, okay? It makes you very angry. Okay, this is why I am very happy for people who spread the message and the actual evidence that is happening, the evidence and the things that are actually happening behind the scenes, to spread it to public out there so they know what's going on, okay? Because it's not only that, but when we consume dairy and animal products, it is not good for our human bodies. We are creating massive amounts of mucus. We are creating massive amounts of inflammation. We are creating sickness and disease. And there's a whole lot of other stuff that goes on. So you did not benefit yourself. You did not benefit the animal. And then on top of it, you do not benefit this planet as a whole. Okay. This is why it is so important to stay away from animal products, because it does not benefit anybody. Does not benefit anybody. Anyways, that's my short rant on that. Onward we go. You know, there's people out there that say that they're not afraid to eat animal products, that like they'll eat healthy food, but they're going to eat pizza too. They're going to eat their ice cream too. They aren't going to turn that stuff down. So kind of giving off the vibe of, you know, that they're not afraid to eat just about anything, and totally understand that. And I understand where they're coming from, but the reason why the people who choose to eat healthy, the people who choose to not eat those animal products and choose to be vegan and choose to not eat the crappy food out there, is because they want to feel good. They know what happens behind the scenes and they don't want any part of it. They know what happens inside their body, what's going to happen when they eat those animal products, when they eat that cooked food, when they eat that processed food, and they don't want any part of that. They choose to eat as healthy as possible because they know they're going to feel their best the next day. They know they're going to feel their best after the meal. They know that they're going to have a deeper connection with God because they are eating so much better, that their connection with God is so much clearer and they can hear God's voice a lot better. that they know, and they choose to not go down the path that the rest of the world is going down. They choose a better path because their blinders have been lifted. Just because they choose not to eat the pizza, just because they choose not to eat the hamburger, regular cheese, regular pepperoni, regular hamburgers, hot dogs, mac and cheese, all that stuff that everybody's used to, doesn't mean they're afraid of it. No, we're not afraid of it. They're not afraid of it. We're not afraid of it. We choose not to engage in it because we know what it's going to do. We know the source. We know what has happened behind the scenes, and we don't want to support that. And we know what it's going to do to our bodies. We choose not to develop kidney stones. We choose not to develop cancer. We choose to not develop arthritis. We choose to not develop osteoporosis. We choose to not develop health problems, chronic diseases, sickness, like everybody else does. We choose not to go down that path. And we choose not to fork over so much money because of medical bills, because of the sickness that has developed because of the poor eating habits and poor health lifestyle habits. That's why.